Before this beautiful season rushes by, let's pause, slow down, and document these precious moments that matter. Hello there, I'm Hillary of Creative Faith & Co., and I'm excited to do some fall memory keeping with you today. Now, I started by setting a timer for 30 minutes. I did end up going past that, but I wanted to give myself a set amount of time to be creative, to pause, and to just play in my journal. This fall really got kind of crazy and busy, and so I haven't had any time or hadn't made any time to document in my fall journal very much. And so, what I did was I printed a bunch of photos. I have a whole blog post as well as a YouTube video where I write out and document my process for printing photos. So I will have those linked down below. But I did that a different day and I actually brought the pages with me in the car and cut them up on our way to church one morning. And I was just utilizing the car time. And so I had everything cut up and ready to go. And so I had taken, it was basically all of September, October, and November, and printed off the different pictures that I knew I wanted to include in my fall journal. And I do have a setup video for this fall journal. If you want to check that out, I'll link that below. And then it's also time to get ready for Christmas journaling. And I do have Christmas journals as well as winter journals available on Amazon. And I will have all those linked below if you want to do some winter memory keeping. So I love using these journals because they have prompts on each page to help you document different areas of your life. So I love this. This is actually the very last page, and it is favorite fall memories. So I was kind of starting there, pulling my favorite pictures from the fall. And then I also have some of the elements from my latest gratitude journaling printable that's available in the Creative Faith Etsy shop. And I will have that printable linked in the description box below, as well as any other things I mentioned in this video. I'll be sure to have them linked below. And so I'm just going through and I kind of started with the things that I knew where I wanted them to go, like the crafts page, fall crafts that I made, as well as favorite clothing and outfits from the fall, and foods and recipes that I made. And then now I am working on places traveled, and I kind of turned this a little bit into a junk journal page. I had saved some different brochures and things, some tickets from some different activities that we did this fall. So, one of them I saved was the Fruit Loop, and that is a really fun fall tradition that we do every year. And so I cut out a little thing from the brochure and put it next to a picture of our family. Another fun thing that my husband and I did was we went to a corn maze this year. We don't normally do this, but it was really fun to walk around. And so I made a little tip in with our ticket and I put pictures from that day on the back. And so I really love how this turned out. And then we also went to a place called the Oregon Garden. And so I cut out a piece from the map and added it to the page. So fun to use like little memory keeping elements like brochures, maps, ticket stubs, and include them in fall journaling. So I am just bopping around from page to page, and this was just such a sweet time. I think when life gets busy, it's easy to ignore creative time because it's, something kind of fun and extra, but this was a good reminder for me that I should be making time to get creative because it puts me in such a better mood and it fills me with so much joy to pull out my craft supplies, pull out my washi tape and printables and things. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this time in my journal. And I would just encourage you, if you feel like things have gotten really busy or crazy, that I would just want to encourage you to take a timer you don't have to set it for 30 minutes. You could just set it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and just get creative, whether it's memory keeping, prayer journaling, Bible journaling, but just spend time and being creative, and you will be so encouraged, and it will put you in such a better mood like it did for me here. So, one of the pages I have in here is my fall decorations page, and throughout this whole journal, I'm also using the little leaves that is also from my new gratitude journaling printable that I've been using this year. So I love little leaves and little mugs and the gratitude journals, and I'm just kind of sprinkling those throughout the page. And I printed them on clear sticker paper, and then a lot of things also I had printed on white sticker paper. And I always have those linked in the description box below, my favorite sticker papers. And yeah, it's just been sweet fall to look back on all these memories. There's been a lot of really challenging moments this fall, but I am glad that I documented them. And I know, especially next year and years to come, I'm going to look back on all these pages and be so thankful for the time I spent with people that I love who are important to me, because time is just so precious and it's going so quickly, and you never know how long you'll have with the people you love. Um, I shared a prayer journaling video recently, praying for my family. My grandpa isn't doing super well, and so it's been kind of hard, but we've been spending more time with him, which has been a really sweet part of this really challenging situation. And then I ran out of my tape runner. I love using these Tombow permanent tape runners. This is my favorite way to adhere things down that I don't print on sticker paper. And I will have this tool linked down below. I need to actually order more myself, but I really, really love this permanent tape runner. And I know that things are not going to budge. They're going to stay right where they're at, where I put them. So continuing on, oh, I also have my bucket list printable. I have an autumn bucket list printable and a Christmas one. And so you saw that sprinkled throughout here. I used it. I'm using the B6 size in my fall journal. Normally I use the larger A5 size, but I didn't want to order another one. And I definitely miss the larger A5 size. Larger A5 size. The B6 size is 4 by 6, no, 4.9 by 6.9 inches, so it's pretty tiny. So I definitely miss having more space for photos and journaling, but I wanted to utilize what I had, and so that's good for me to remember for Christmas. I'm for sure gonna grab the larger A5 size for my Christmas journal, so I have plenty of room for documenting and journaling. I'm using my Creative Faith pen to add additional little notes around the page for some more memory keeping. And then I went through and printed some more pictures. I had a big event that I did after I had done the initial printing and cutting of pictures that I really wanted to include in here. I was at a holiday show with my bosses where we were launching a new product for my boss. He's an inventor, and so we were launching a new product for him, and that was so wild and crazy and fun. So I wanted to print photos from that event. And then I also wanted to go through on my little self-care bingo board here. That's something I love to do each season, is do a little self-care bingo board of ideas of ways I can pause and rest and relax. And I really love looking through this and working through some of these different ideas on how to really take care of myself and yeah, just kind of slow down and pause and rest. And filling it out made me think I need to do more of these. I also realized I wrote Eat Dinner by Candlelight twice. So there's that. Another thing I really love to do is add washi tape to the tops of pages. And so that is another thing that I was doing throughout here, was putting on some more washi tape throughout the different pages. And of course, adding some more printables to the pages to decorate them too. And it was fun to just kind of use one decorative printable. The newest gratitude journal printable that I made is the one that was on my desk. And I was kind of being lazy by not looking at and pulling out other printables, but I kind of liked just keeping it simpler. And that's a really great memory keeping tip for you, is to keep it simple, and just pick a couple supplies that you're going to use instead of being overwhelmed by using all the supplies. So next I moved into my gratitude journal. I wanted to do some memory keeping in my gratitude journal. That's something fun that I like to do, where I add pictures into my gratitude journaling. And so I first worked on this really fun fall day my husband and I had at the Oregon Gardens. And then we went out to lunch at a really fun place called the Little Leaf Cafe. So if you're ever in Silverton, Oregon, definitely check it out. It was so delicious. It was a sunny, beautiful day, and we had yummy food. And I brought this journal with me and was journaling out by the creek, and it was so much fun. And then I used one of the pattern papers in the new gratitude journaling printable to cut out a little heart for that page, which I think turned out really precious. And then I did some more pictures from the holiday show that I did, and it was really fun to make some new friends from other vendors at other booths. That was really, really sweet. Other Christians who love the Lord, and we just had, I don't know, it's just really cool how God connects people. And so I definitely wanted to print pictures of Di and of Lisa, and it was just such a sweet weekend. And I will link both of their businesses down below if you want to check it out. Di, her husband, does Native American jewelry, and it's really beautiful and unique. And then Lisa has a tallow skincare line that is, and candles and lots of other fun things. But I bought a few things from hers, and so really fun to meet new people. And of course, I wanted to document it in my gratitude journal. And then I also printed a page of my boss and I setting up for the show, and it's just really amazing to think of all that God has done in my work life this year. And I haven't talked about it a ton, but I'm only working for the church now a couple hours a week from home, and then I am working for this couple from church on their businesses. And it has just been such a surprise and neat way and thing that God has done this year. And so I wanted to include a picture from that weekend and just thank God for the amazing doors that only He can open. And it's just so wild to look back on all that He has done in 2025. So I was doing some gratitude journaling, and then the cool thing in the front is there are these little hearts. That is a tracker, so you can see how many pages you have left. And so that is it for my memory keeping, my fall memory keeping. And I hope this video gave you some ideas on what you can include in your memory keeping for the fall. It is not too late to document the season, print some photos, put them in a journal, and write a paragraph about what happened this fall. And you will be so blessed to look back on all the sweet memories and moments. So, thank you so much for being here. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any Creative Faith videos. And you can check out links in the description box below to the fall journals, to the Christmas journals, and to the various printables that I mentioned. And I will see you next time. Bye, friend.